Kelly have just killed Celtic's unbeaten start to the season in the league, but more importantly, they've blown the title race wide open.
Well, back to Fog football. What a phenomenal result. Chris Boyd's face was tripping him at half time, but the only face tripping him at full time is pretty much everyone in the studio other than Chris Boyd's turkey teeth.
Yeah, the turkey teeth were showing. He turned that frown right upside down, and then it was all the Celtic contingency in the box. I mean, Scott Brown at half time seemed happy enough. You get to full time and he looks like he just wants to die. He's just sitting there looking fucking miserable. James McFadden, to be fair, he's always got this blank expression on his face. It's not like the days when he scored that 40-yarder. You just look at him these days, it looks like he just doesn't even want to be here. And maybe Brendan Rodgers won't even be here much longer because he was already coming under a lot of pressure. A lot of Celtic fans aren't even happy that he is back. And now that Rangers are beginning to look like a team that could pose a title threat, and Celtic are beginning to look like a team that could drop points every week, then who knows? Maybe Rodgers' time is limited here at Celtic Park.
I'm glad these Kelly goals came because it was going to be VAR controversy with that penalty for Alistair Johnston. But you know what? Kelly absolutely worth their win today. Celtic bottled it in the second half. Kelly must have had about 12 corners in the second half alone.
But this is the Kelly we've been missing. And I know they've done well against Celtic and they beat Rangers as well, but I spoke about how there's just not many fixtures that you actually believe the old firm will lose in. Yeah, they can always lose, but there's not many fixtures now that you believe they actually will lose. I feel like this is one of the last remaining fixtures, Kelly at Rugby Park, where you feel like there is a decent chance that Celtic and Rangers will not walk away with 3 points, and that happened today. So fair play to Kilmarnock. I'd say every team in the league outside the old firm, I'd say Kelly at home is probably the game where you believe something might happen.
Totally agree.
Points may be dropped.
And I think you've got to give Kilmarnock credit. They went 1-1 and they went for it. They didn't just sit back and defend the draw. They actually went for it and they got the rewards. Now, there was points where Celtic were counter-attacking at 1-1 and I'm thinking, fuck, should Kelly have just settled for the draw? But they didn't. They went for the win. Thoroughly deserved. I mean, Celtic were shocking second half. First half, it was a much better performance from Celtic, but Kelly actually had the better chances for me. Hit the post with Danny Armstrong. Danny Armstrong then goes on a solo run. Good save for Hart. And then it's a shot for, I can't remember who it was, but then Alistair Johnston handballs it. And we're supposed to sit here and say it wasn't a handball. Hits his elbow. Stops a clear goal. It's not in his body. And Scott Brown saying...
If this is at Celtic Park and it's a Kelly handball, are you telling me it's not given? It's a penalty?
Exactly. That's what we've got to look at. But Scott Brown's argument...
Team bias.
How can Scott Brown's argument be, well, the referee didn't see it?
That argument doesn't stick these days.
Chris Boyd rightfully, countered that with, well, we've got VAR. And then
That's the whole point of VAR. If the referee doesn't fucking see it or if the referee gets it wrong.
And then Chris Sutton's got the audacity to turn around and say that, well, 2 pundits were talking sense and one wasn't. No, it doesn't get me though. This penalty, VAR didn't even check it. It's not even like... Everyone, when it happened, thought that's a handball. So why is VAR not checking it? Yeah, it doesn't matter at the end. But see if Kelly drew this game 1-1, we'd be like, what if they went 1-1 in at the break?
Well, the most important thing to check now is probably the league table.
The league table, and it is 5 points at the top. Kelly shot up to 5th. But you know what? I thought Celtic... It's mad to think how well they started and how poor they ended. But O'Reilly scores the 9th goal in the season. He's probably been easily their best player for me, Matt O'Reilly. But Kelly, that second half, it was, you know what, they never gave up. John Cena style, get an own goal through Nat Phillips. Danny Armstrong, I was thinking the whole game, he did give away the ball quite a few times, but I rate Danny Armstrong. He wraps that blue tape around his left wrist and he turns into the fucking, Kylian Mbappe.
I did it for the Rangers.
But he's actually quite good.
No, Dylan, good player, Dylan Armstrong. Decent player. Dylan. DM
Armstrong.
D for the destruction of Celtic. There you go, boom.
Aye, but he gets that own goal. Nat Phillips is getting a lot of hate for Celtic fans, but
yeah, it's pretty shite.
He is, but I think they're just scapegoating this guy.
No, they are, but I mean, you look at Nat Phillips, Lagerbielke, and that other guy they signed to.
Naraki.
All shite.
You watching Creed?
All fucking shite. This is proof that in Scotland, it used to be in Scotland where you felt if Celtic or Rangers spent like 4 or 5 million on a player, they were getting somebody good. But we've seen now in recent seasons, that's not the case.
Can't remember the last 4 or 5 million signing. That's fucking good.
All those signings are shite. Barkas, Ajeti, they were around the 5 million mark.
Dessers.
They got Rangers, Dessers,
Lammers.
absolute pants, Lammers. I mean, Danilo, that doesn't look like a £7 million player. Guy can't finish his fucking dinner. There's been a lot of players, like Yilmaz was around that amount, and I mean, he showed wee moments, but normally you expect like a £4 or £5 million player to come in and be in the starting 11 and look world class in Scottish football. That's not the case anymore. We've seen £5 million be squandered on shite.
But know who can finish? Molly Watkins, because he made it 2-1, great finish. I mean, the line for Celtic's defence is very questionable, but he slots under Joe Hart, and Joe Hart's greeting.
Joe Hart, speaking about goalkeepers, he has to go. I mean, why can't Seagrass at least
He
get
was
a chance?
poor all game. There was a lot of headers that were straight at him, and instead of catching it, he's flapping at it. He likes that. He does the Ronaldo celebration as a save, doesn't he? Where he jumps and puts his fucking wrists out either side him.
I don't know what Seagrass has done at Celtic to not be given a chance. Like, I'm not saying he's going to be better than Joe, although I do believe he is a better goalkeeper than Joe Hart, but to not get a chance is very weird.
Joe Hart's simply getting played for what he done previously.
And because there's no one else, really.
If Joe Hart came for Dundee and won nothing, well, I'm sure someone else would have got a spot. But that is where it ended, guys. 2-1 to Kelly. I predicted 1-1 in the preview show. What would you predict it?
Well, I actually fancied Kelly to win the day. I was hoping they would win. Thought they might win. Rugby Park, like I said, I think that's the most difficult place for somebody to go. And the day they proved it. So I've always said, like, if Kelly can start getting better away forms, if their away form improves, they will definitely be a top 6 side, if not third place.
Yeah,
because their home form's great. It's just away they've not been good enough. But we'll see.
Are the wheels beginning to come off the Brenda bus? Well, it looks that way, guys, because it was an absolute disastrous second half. Chris Sutton saying that Kelly deserved to win the game, and you know what, he did. But we're going to check it with the rest of the pundits say, and we're going to look at big Chris Boyd's smile. But
more reaction to come later.
Alright, but until then, peace.